Roger, TV circuit breaker's in.
That's Aldrin turning on the camera.
5 clear.
Roger.
There's the picture.
And we're getting a picture on the TV.
You got a good picture, huh?
There's a great deal of contrast in it, and currently it's upside down on our monitor, but we can make out a fair amount of detail.
Okay, would you verify the
It
position?
is upside down.
The opening I ought to have on the camera.
Stand by.
Now it's right side up.
Now they've turned it right. Now we can see him moving down. Let's just enjoy this.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
Neil, we can see you coming. Okay, I just checked getting back up to that first step. That isn't collapsed too far, but it's adequate to get back up.
Roger, we copy.
It's a pretty good little jump.
He's on the move.
Buzz, this is Houston. F2, 1/160th second for shadow photography on the sequence camera.
Okay. I'm at the foot of the ladder. The lamb footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine. I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I think you said one small step for man, but one giant leap for man. I'm not certain I got all that right.
The surface is fine and powdery. I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers, like powdered charcoal, to the sole and sides of my boot. I only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprints of my boots and the treads in the fine sandy particles.
Neil, this is Houston. We're copying. Neil, this is Houston. We're getting a picture. You're not in at the present time. We can see the bag on the LEC being moved by Buzz, though. Here you come into our field of view.
Oh, so let me move that over the edge for you. Okay, ready for me to come out? Yeah, just stand by a second. I'll move this over the handrail.
Well, he's moving with a great deal more confidence than he did initially. He's bouncing around now.
That's how you move when you lose 5/6 of your weight.
You're right.
Okay, I'm going to leave that 1 foot up there and both hands down about the 4th rung up. There you go.
And he jumped down.
Okay, now I think I'll do the same.
And the second man is on the moon.
A little more. About another inch. There, you got it? That's a good step. Yep. About a 3-footer.
Beautiful view.
Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this LEM. There's 2 hemispheres, one showing each of the 2 hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Dear men from the planet Earth, first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States.
The other thing is, Frank, they don't have a viewfinder on their camera, so the ground has to tell them which way to point it.
Mm-hmm. That's Armstrong going back. Let's watch him walk now.
Okay, you can make a mark, Houston. Roger, full wind. And incidentally, you can use the shadow that the staff makes to assist you in getting it perpendicular.
Buzz is erecting the solar wind experiment now.
Aldrin in the background, Armstrong in the foreground.
Some of these small depressions pick off, and you tend to think, oh, maybe 2 or 3 inches. I can see just exactly what the layer pictures showed when they pushed away a little bit. You could force transmitted through the upper surface of the soil, and about 5 or 6 inches away, it breaks loose and moves as if it were caked on the surface, when in fact it really isn't. The EVA is progressing beautifully. I believe they're setting up the flag now. Great.
That's a conversation with
I guess
Collins.
you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
That's all right, I don't mind a bit. How is the quality of the TV? Oh, it's beautiful, Mike, it really is. Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent? Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Beautiful, just beautiful.
See if you can pull that in off a little bit.
President Nixon is sitting in his office alone. He's going to talk to the astronauts in a few minutes. Sitting there alone, when they put the flag up, he applauds.
You're in our field of view now. You do have to be. All right, you do have to be rather careful to keep track of where your center of mass is. Sometimes it takes about 2 or 3 paces to make sure that you've got your feet underneath you. And about 2 or 3 or maybe 4 easy paces can bring you to a fairly smooth stop. direction. Like a football player, you just have to put out to the side and cut a little bit.
That's Aldrin, who is or was a football player and loved it.
So-called kangaroo hop does work, but it seems your forward ability is not quite as good as it is in the conventional, more conventional one, but after another.
Do you believe what you're seeing, David?
Even though I know I'm seeing it, I don't believe it.
It's absolutely incredible.
Oh, it is marvelous.
As far as saying what a sustained pace might be, the one that I'm using now would get rather tiring after several hundred. But this may be a function of the suit as well as lack of gravity force here.
I don't suppose it's necessary to say so, but this is not just for fun. They're supposed to be hopping and bouncing around like this because an awful lot of what this first exercise is about is to see how it affects men. Can they walk this way, that way? Can they turn left, right? What kind of problems, if any, does it present?
Say again, Houston.
Roger, we'd like to get both of you in the field of view of the camera for a minute. Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you... For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the sea of tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to Earth. For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States, but men of peace of all nations, and with interest and a curiosity and with a vision for the future. Honor for us to be able to participate here today.
And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the Hornet on Thursday.
Look forward to that very much, sir.
Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Well said, I thought.
Loud and clear, Houston.
Both ways.
Roger, I've got a P-22 auto optics pad for you.
Right over here.
Let's probably stay on the high ground there and
Much at the edge of that crater is
that's real soft there, isn't it?
A couple of close-ups on these quite rounded, large boulders.
The Buzz Aldrin coming into view on the right, carrying the two experiments.
About 40 feet out. I'd say out to the end of that next...
Well, it's going to be a little difficult to find a good level spot here.
Top of that next little ridge there, wouldn't that be a pretty good place?
Okay, how about I put the LR cube right about here?
All right. And,
I'm going to have to get on the other side of this rock here.
I would go right around that crater to the left there. Isn't that a level spot there?
I think this right here is just as level.
Okay.
And
A little bit later, they'll let the pressure out again, and they're going to throw a few things out. They'll leave them there.
in the foreground, Buzz Aldrin is collecting a core tube sample.
I hope you're watching how hard I have to hit this into the ground to the tune of about 5 inches, Houston.
Roger.
It almost looks wet.
Got it. Sample.
Wait a minute. Cable? Yeah, cut the cable again.
Neil and Buzz, this is Houston. We'd like you to...
You're right. Turn to your right.
Not clear?
Not quite.
Neil, this is Houston. We'd like you all to get 2 core tubes and the solar wind experiment. 2 core tubes and the solar wind, over.
He's nearly invisible, but he is moving toward the eagle now, and you can make it out. He's just behind the American flag.
Neil, this is Houston. Did you get the Hasselblad magazine? Yes, I did. And we got about, I'd say, 20 pounds of carefully selected, if not documented, samples. Houston, roger. Well done. Out. The second box.
Armstrong is now on the ladder just above the flag. You can see the little grayish figure there moving, going up the ladder.
Unofficial time off the surface at 1:11:37:32.
Now start arching your back. That's good. Plenty of room. All right, arch your back a little, your head's up against the out. Roll right just a little bit. Down. And in good shape.
Thank you.
And they'll come aboard. There won't be that flight deck welcome ceremony with the red carpet. There he goes. Last astronaut going up. There won't be the flight deck welcome ceremony because they've got to go right into quarantine.
However, Ron, there will be a ceremony down here on the hangar deck. The Marines will present military honors. The Navy band will move down here from the flight deck where it is right now. The President will be appearing very soon after the astronauts finish their initial medical inspection, so that the routine flight deck ceremony, which has become so familiar over the past few years, will actually be supplanted by something a good deal more spectacular down here on the hangar deck.
No baseball caps this time and no handshakes. These astronauts headed for weeks of isolation.
8, Apollo 10, and Apollo 11. President Nixon seems genuinely moved by this moment. Crew's getting out, 3 of them anyhow. They leave one man in the helicopter, as they say, to ride the brakes. It's a rule on helicopters that you don't move a helicopter unless somebody's there with their foot on the brake in case it starts rolling toward the edge.
Number 3 elevator will be leaving in 1 minute.
And anything they say will be carried by loudspeaker to those of us gathered here on the hangar deck. Large numbers of sailors behind the lines, standing there, waiting to watch this historic moment, the first to the hatch on the starboard side of the helicopter. Dr. Carpentier slides it open, and here they come. Here they come, the 3 astronauts, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins, waving to the crowd of cheering sailors, moving swiftly into the mobile quarantine facility. Dr. Carpentier following and closing the door.